What's up guys, hope all is well, hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, we're gonna be going over 5 reasons why your chest isn't growing and you're not seeing the progress that you wanna see. So we're gonna get straight into it, right? So number 1, the first reason I made this mistake, I see a lot of people making this mistake. That mistake is gonna be being obsessed with the bench press, right over here, right? So obviously this isn't a bench press, this is a Smith machine with a foam roller on it, but we're gonna act like this is a bench press. Is the bench press a good movement for you to grow your chest? Yes, it's a very solid movement, right? But a lot of the times people will be obsessed with the bench press and they'll continue to do that month after month, year after year, even though they're not seeing progress with it, right? So this is a huge mistake I made. I started working out in 2015. I did the bench press from 2015 to 2019. Month after month, I continued to hurt my shoulder, right? And I saw little to no progress with the bench press. Why did I keep doing the bench press? Because I saw other people doing it and I saw other people getting results from it. If you've been doing the bench press for 6 months or longer and you're not feeling it in your chest and you're not seeing any progress for it, I don't think the bench press is for you, and that's totally fine. I would much rather you switch to dumbbells, see some progress, and don't worry about your bench press. People ask me, what's your bench press PR? I have no idea. I haven't bench pressed in 6-7 years. So the first mistake is gonna be being obsessed with the bench press. If it's working for you, that's awesome, keep doing it. If you're doing it and it's not working for you, just cut the exercise and do something else. The second mistake that you're probably making in your chest training and you're not seeing any results is not hitting all 3 parts of your chest, right? So when we look at your chest, I'm just gonna move my massive beard out of the way. You have your upper chest, you have your mid chest, and you have your lower chest, right? You wanna make sure that you hit all 3 of these parts. That way you could stimulate the most amount of growth and you're giving your chest the most amount of opportunity to grow, right? So if you wanna hit the upper chest, what you wanna have is you wanna have your arm going somewhere over here, whether that's a fly or a press. So a couple of different movements that you can do. So you could do an incline machine press, you could do an incline dumbbell press, or you could do a low to high cable fly. Very, very simple. If you wanna hit the mid chest, right, you wanna have your arm go somewhere over here, right? To do that, 3 exercises that you can do. The bench press, even though I mentioned if you're not seeing results from it, you shouldn't do it. So the bench press, that's a good movement. The second one is gonna be a flat dumbbell press. And the third one is gonna be a cable fly coming from here just to here, or a pec fly machine. That's a very solid variation as well. And the last one is gonna be your lower chest, is when you're coming down at this angle. My personal favorite exercise for this is body weight dips or weighted dips. I personally don't like doing a decline bench or decline dumbbells because it's a very awkward position to get to. So make sure that you're hitting all 3 parts of your chest and you'll see a lot more progress instead of just doing a 2-hour chest workout where all you're doing is incline presses and incline flies. The third mistake you're probably making is you probably don't understand how your chest works, right? So you wanna have movements where your chest is converging. Not your chest is converging, but you're having movements that are converging. What does that mean? When your hands are coming together. When we look at the chest, right, the chest contracts when your elbow comes across and your bicep goes into your pec, right? So stop doing movements where a Smith machine you're just going up and down like here, or a bench press where you're going up and down here, and switch that to a dumbbell press where you're coming from here and you're bringing your elbows together. That way you could shorten the pec, see a lot more progress, right? So pick movements that work well for you and pick movements that work well with the anatomy of your chest so you can actually start to see the progress that you want to see. The fourth mistake that you're probably making in your chest training is when you're doing your pec flies or when you're doing your cable flies, your isolation movements, you're thinking about bringing your hands together. When you bring your hands together, like in the tip I mentioned before, this isn't contracting your chest. So instead what you want to do is you want to think about bringing your elbows together. So when I do the cable flies over here, right, I'm going to bring it over here, have my chest nice and up, get a big stretch, and then from here, think about bringing my elbows together. That way you could actually get a contraction in your pec and you're not just going like this, right? Bringing your fists together, because that's not really gonna do anything. So that's the 4th mistake that you wanna avoid. The 5th mistake, in my opinion, I think is by far the most important one, is stick to one thing, right? If you're struggling to see progress in your chest, the last thing you wanna do is constantly change up the movements, constantly change up the exercises, right? Because if you do an incline dumbbell for the first time and you don't feel it, and you change it to another exercise, well, guess what? You're not gonna feel that exercise either, right? Building up these exercises and feeling that mind-muscle connection is a skill at the end of the day. So it is gonna take time. So stick with 1 exercise or 3 to 4 exercises for at least 16 to 20 weeks. That way you could build up the skill, you could practice, improve your form and technique, and I promise you, you'll see a lot better results rather than jumping from exercise to exercise, jumping from program to program. And you'll see more progress in your chest, and you won't be struggling to see gains, okay? So that's gonna be the video. Hopefully this helped. Hopefully this brought you some value. If you're struggling to achieve your fitness goals, whether that's losing weight, building muscle, whatever it is, click the link in the description. That's the application for my one-on-one online coaching. Fill that out. It'll take about 2 minutes. I'll see if I'm able to help you. If I am, I'll reach out to you and we'll go from there. But all in all, I appreciate you. Hope you got some value from this video. Until next time, thanks.